Hey guys, how's it going? I'm gonna take this little fatty here for whatever reason. I think this is 8-frame box. This is my beefy deep. It's got 1.5 inch ends, 3/4 plywood sides, screen bottom. You've seen the whole trick before. Basically, that's all screen bottom. The bottom is about identical build as this 8. Got the old locomotive fired up here. Old Bessie. What I wanted to show you here, I found out, all the years I've been in beekeeping, I'm finding more and more that a lot of guys, beekeepers, wow, just got a big lungful of that locomotive smoke, are really full of it. Okay, so here's my solution for all those beekeepers out there just so full of it. They're backed up. What it is, that's probably what it is. They're all backed up. So here's my solution here. See this is 60 mil. That'll be just enough to flush you out and clean you out, and then you won't be so full of it. Okay, just kidding. Here's what we're gonna do. Oh, I was over at the other yard. The reason we're doing all this, by the way, I was over at the other yard, took my Burgess fogger over there, gonna rock and roll, got her fired up, popped the lid on that one over there that had that mite count. There were 6 mites in that thing over there. It's stacked up just like this one, okay? Queen laying good in it, but she had 6 mites in there in that alcohol wash, and I said, no, we're gonna go ahead and shoot them. So I got over there with the Burgess fogger, fired it up, got that one done. There's a little weak nuke sitting next door to it. I shot it, and I'm fixing to put it to bed to come back to this yard to do some more blasting in here, and the pump quit working. Now, a lot of guys on YouTube were telling me, Steve-O, that thing's gonna plug up eventually. And I said, well, and then they say also, well, you gotta get out there, you gotta buy the ProVap, vape, whatever. You look at that thing, it's 500 and change. It's just, you guys know I'm a cheapskate, right? Okay. Anyway, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take our little Enema syringe here. By the way, this tubing I had in the shop, and I don't know what diameter this tubing is. There's no numbers on it. But you just go down to Tractor Supply, and these livestock syringes, this one's 60 milliliter. So for this makeup here, I've got the formula for you right here. I'll give it to you in a sec. For a 5-frame nuke, you're going to do 25 milliliter. For a 10-frame hive, you're going to do 50 milliliters. And what you're going to do is you're going to go down through and squirt it between the frames. Just measure it out as you're squirting to divide it all up between all the frames, okay? I've got my solution made up. It's sitting in that pump house cooling down, because you got to heat this stuff to about 150 degrees. All right, here's what you got. Like I said at the top here, 50 milliliters for 10-frame hive, 25 milliliter for a nuke, 5-frame nuke. You're going to measure out 45 grams. This is a small batch now. Jack it up or down, whatever you need to for your operation. But 45 grams of oxalic acid. Weigh that out. Then switch your scale over your digital scale over to milliliter, or stay with grams while you're at it, and measure out 600 grams of sugar. Then you want 600 milliliters of water. Agua. Put that water in a pan and heat it up to 150 degrees. Before you dump your sugar in there, get yourself 2 quart jars and put a quarter of a quart of that hot water in there, and then dump your 45 grams of acid in there and mix it up till it dissolves in that hot water. Take the rest of that hot water and dump your 600 grams of sugar into it and dissolve it. Once you've done that, I took a little mop pail like I've been feeding, same as these mop pails here. I got a bunch of these things. I get them for $1 a piece at the dollar store. I use them for everything, for hats. I put them on hats and all these. To keep the sunlight off of these jars so I don't have a friggin' algae problem from hell. Because if you don't put the bucket on, that's what you're going to have. You're going to spend more time bleaching jars, feeder jars. If you just throw the bucket on there, you can get her done. Now, white buckets obviously would be a better option because we are sitting down here in hell heat, and that does heat up. It heats up pretty good, but the bees suck that stuff up. They have no issues with it. They suck it, drink it right up. Maybe these bees are all from hell. You know, maybe they can take the heat. I don't know. But anyway, that's what I do. So then I dump all that stuff in to mix the two, because I didn't want Miss Daisy's pots. I didn't want to be dumping oxalic acid in any of her cookware. So that's why I heated it up. Once I heated it up, then I dumped it in this and dissolved the sugar in there. You dissolve your oxalic acid separate, and then you combine the two, and then it's a little over a quart. This recipe here is for a little over a quart. So I take 2 quarts and just divide it up to make it easier. You're not spilling the stuff all over. And when you go to use this stuff, I suggest safety glasses or some kind of glasses, and put on rubber gloves. You don't want to stuff on your hands. All right, so that's that. So we're not really going to give you an enema today, but we are going to squirt this stuff in. My product isn't cool enough yet, so that's fine. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and switch these over. Let's see how happy these bees are here. We just had a storm come through here. I mean, it is just crazy blasting. Speaking of crazy, yep, speaking of crazy, guys, them bees are still up there. But what they've done now is drop down. They were on that branch. You probably can't see them with this camera shot, and I don't have zoom on this thing. But anyway, they have dropped down a branch about maybe 2 feet down. I thought they were gone. They did leave, and then they came back. But what they did, they clustered back up on that same branch they've always been on. But now here this morning, they dropped down about a foot, or 1.5 feet maybe, 2 foot down, and reclustered there. And they weren't there yesterday when I looked. So that's still strange. But anyway, let's get these bees over, because I got a huge cluster of bees underneath this thing, and for whatever reason they're hanging out there. I got to get busy, guys, and build more of these beefy 8s. I like these things a lot. I like them a lot. They really haven't filled these out, so I'm going to have plenty of room over here to shift these over. And I've got to get busy in the shop. I got to cut out some more ends and some more sides. I've got quite a few of the bases, 8-frame bottom boards rigged up, but I just lack some boxes. So we will get into that action. We're just starting to bring that wax out. They're thinking about it. Yep, coming along nicely on that wax. If you guys roll that wax on, give it extra wax, they will really jump on this stuff. Yeah. Yeah, we'll have enough room here, because this one's drawn out pretty good. It's starting to sprinkle again, guys. I'm going to have to hurry this job up. See, they're drawing this out good. So there's 3. There's 3 there, and we got 5 in the bottom here. We got 5 in the bottom here, filling out nice. So this is going to work out. This is going to fill this box up, and they've already gobbled up the patty here. Just a little bit left. I put a patty on the top side of this thing yesterday, and they've already cleaned it up. So we will shift these over, keep the same orientation as they are right now. See if I can find Queenie here. It's an old queen cell. It's an old queen cell here too. There's nothing in it. Good food frame here. Talked to Sebastian about 2 hours ago. I said, can you fix me up with a couple of queens? He said, I'm heading back to the yard now. He says, I'll see if I can't find you 2 queens. I said, good, because I need a couple of queens. I don't see no eggs in this friggin' thing, guys. I don't see no eggs in here. I need to keep an eye on this colony. I might have to requeen this colony. This thing was pumping out good, but I don't see any steel brood or anything in here now. That's not a good sign, guys. I might have to requeen this puppy. I don't see any brood in here. There's no reason why they shouldn't have brood in here, because I've been feeding them. I've been feeding them really good in here. I hope she's not on this cluster hanging out the bottom here. But anything's possible with my operation. Okay, that's that. I'm gonna go get a box over here. I'll be right back. Okay, I got this box right here. Okay, we'll slide this baby over on line where the old one was. See, they're coming back in nice. All right. Let these girls settle down a bit. I'm going to take this colony here back over here to my pile and stick some of this partially, just starting to draw a comb. Let me put my trap back in here, forgot that. I'll get another pollen patty on these guys also. I've got some old comb here. Here's an old piece of comb here. Here's one here. It's got a little comb on it. It's partially drawn. Here's an old medium. I'm going to throw that in here too. I'll throw this ugly frame in here too. Got a few wax moths flying around on it. If a swarm moves in, they'll clean it up. I'm going to take this guy here. They just started bringing this out just slightly. That'll go in there. What else we got? Yeah, this one's got a little bit of starting on it, see? Good deal. That's it. I'm going to put that over there in that pile. Move this stuff over. Let them go to work. Storm's coming. It's looking ugly. And that hurricane, we hope. We're not out of the woods yet, guys. But I'll tell you what, that thing, I wouldn't want to be in Bahamas right now because that thing is level flat. I saw where they were on a somebody was in a 2-story building with their phone, camera phone, and the water waves were slapping the 2nd-story window. Them poor people have gotten slammed, and there's no telling how many people have died on this deal. So say your prayers for them. I've got some good mojo from one of my subscribers in the north, Queen Bee. Thank you very much, Queen Bee. Send me that wonderful mojo. Send me some more mojo for that swarm. I need them to come down into this box. So do your magic, Queen Bee. I don't know what kind of magical powers you have, but you've made that hurricane turn away from me. So God bless the Queen Bee for that. It's good to have friends like that, guys. All right, that's it for now. I'll come back tomorrow and we'll get our little enema syringe there and we'll go around and give all these hives an enema. I want all these mites out of these hives. We're going to flush them out, okay? See you on the next one, guys. Be happy.